I already told you all that my mom is, my entire family is from Trinidad and Tobago. And quite appropriately, my mom adopted this dog 2 years ago and named him Kingston. Okay? Kingston. Now, of course, like, you know, I don't know why she would name the dog Kingston, since Kingston is the capital of Jamaica. But then I guess, you know, naming the dog Port of Spain would not quite flow quite as well, the capital of Trinidad. So she named the dog Kingston. So I went back home, like, you know, about 2 years ago. And I'm really excited because I love animals. I absolutely love animals. And I get back home, and I walk inside the house, and the very first thing that Kingston does when I meet him is he comes and he bites me on the leg. And I was like, oh, what is this? Mom, like, does your dog bite? She's like, Kingston bit you? And I'm like, yeah, he bit me. She's like, no, Kingston, you don't do that, okay? Dawn is family. She's family, just leave her alone, okay? And I was like, oh yeah, I'm family, but who would you bite? And she's like, you know, she's like, he protect us from the neighbors. I'm like, Mom, we don't need protection from the neighbors. We leave our cars unlocked. We live in the boondocks of Morgan Hill, California. There's nobody out here. But whatever, this dog just needs to chill out, right? And so, but for whatever reason, from that day, from the very, very first day that I saw this dog, he had some type of vendetta against me. I didn't know if it was like some type of aura that I was like giving him, or if he thought that I was trying to take his place as the head honcho of the household, you know, the head dog. I don't know what the deal was, but every single time I saw him, he would growl at me, like every time. So I was back at home, right? I'm here for vacation. California. I'm going back and forth a lot. And the dog, every single time I come back home, growls at me. So it was like this like rinse and repeat. I would leave, I would come back home, the dog would growl at me. My mom would be like, Kingston, leave Dawn alone. And Kingston would go, right? Over and over, like rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. And it was also kind of aggravating because at nighttime, Kingston would go like underneath the covers of my mom's bed. Like underneath the sheets, you know, really quiet, and I would get up in the middle of the night and I would, you know, go to the restroom, whatever. And so I'm like tiptoeing off the restroom, and I could hear, and I'm like, Kingston, shut up. And I would like walk back over to the other side of the house, and he was just like awakening the entire house. I was kind of getting really aggravated with this, but at least like he didn't like act up too much, right? Until this one day when I'm going to go give my niece a hug. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go, you know, go see some friends. And I go to give my niece a hug, and you know, she's like lounged out, like watching reruns of the Cosby Show on television. Kingston is like laid out on her chest. And as I go to give her a hug, Kingston lunges at me and bites me on the face, okay? And I freak out. I turn, and I'm like, Mom, am I bleeding? She's like, oh Lord have mercy. I'm like, I am pissed. I mean, I can feel like the horns kind of coming out of my head and the steam getting hotter off my face, and I am just getting so irate. And I just like, I take off my belt and I just start chasing this dog around the house. I'm like, I'm gonna get this dog. And it's like not the last thing. And so of course he goes to his safety zone, right in between my mom's legs, right there in the kitchen. I'm like, Mom, move, and I'm like trying to like swing my belt, trying to like get at this dog, and I'm like totally just missing everything. And so finally I'm just gonna go to grab for him, and I go to grab for him, he like lifts up his leg and pisses right in my direction. I am mad because now I'm pissed because I have to clean up his piss, and it's just like a nightmare situation. I am so mad. And so you know, I did a couple of licks in there, but I'm just like, I'm so agitated, right? And so I'm like, you know, I can't even handle this. I can't even deal with this. You're taking the dog's side, you're not taking my side. I gotta bounce. I gotta leave. I gotta take a break. So I drive to a friend's house, and I drive to one of my super zen friends, right? Super zen. Her name is Bob. Her nickname is Bob, but her actual name is Chantal. But her nickname is Bob because she's like the Buddha. She's very, very calm. She's very, very sweet, and just really like has a beautiful, beautiful peace of mind, right? And so I'm with her and we're hanging out, and I'm like telling her this whole thing, how I'm back home on vacation. Oh, it's a salon. It's a salon. It's all good.
It's your mom.
Salon song. And so I'm telling her the whole story, how like, you know, how I'm back home, this dog thinks I'm like trying to take his place or something because he keeps getting angry at me and he bit me in the face. And I have these lacerations, I have like these 3 lacerations facing this way and these 2 others facing this other way. And so I look jacked up and I'm just mad. And I'm telling her this whole story, how I had to like lash out at the dog. And as I'm telling her this, like her face is like softening and she's like, but Ba, we call each other Ba. She's like, Ba, why would you do that? Why would you hit the dog? And I was like, did you not hear what I just said? The damn thing just tried to bite, the damn thing bit my face. You know people would kill a dog and it bit your face? And she was like, no, Ba, you have to remember. They're little creatures, you know? They have small hearts. So I'm like, I'm starting to feel bad. She's like, you know, like what's happening to you? You've gone off to New York and you become all like hard, you know? And I was just like, I started feeling like bad. And so later that night, like, you know, she goes off to bed and I can't sleep because I'm feeling bad. I'm like, damn, am I becoming a bad person? Am I becoming like rough? Am I becoming hard? So I go on my laptop, open up the laptop, and I start Googling, you know, is it inhumane to like spank a dog? Am I a bad person for like, you know, taking out this belt and trying to go crazy on this dog? And the only thing I'm getting in return are like results for like Michael Vick, you know? And I'm like, no, I'm not Michael Vick, I don't want to be Michael Vick. And I'm feeling like really bad. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm just like feeling like I'm at a loss. I'm at a complete loss. So I'm like, I don't know what to do. And so I'm like, whatever. I go back home. And when I get back home, I notice that Kingston is kind of like, you know, acting a little bit different. I open the door and he's like there. He runs up and then he kind of runs back. And I was like, huh, this is interesting. And so I'm like, well, Mom, what's going on with Kingston? He's like so normal. He's so calm. And she's like, oh, I forgot to tell you. I got him neutered. And I was like, this entire time the dog wasn't neutered? She's like, no, I got this coupon for senior citizens, they took him down, and I was like, holy crap, this entire time I thought it was me. I thought that this dog had this vendetta against me. I thought that I had some bad aura, you know. I was thinking to myself, like, how could this be? Like, I had pet rats growing up, you know. Like, I was like, who had rats? Nobody had rats. I love animals, you know. I love animals. And then finally, in this moment, I realized it wasn't my aura, it wasn't my essence. It was just that the dog's balls needed a little castration. Thanks.